everyone, good afternoon. This is Cake Palace by Delight. Today we'll be decorating a calabash cake. I'm going to show you how I cover my calabash cake from start to finish. Okay? Alright, so here is my cake baked. I used this to bake them. It's actually a foreign ball pan, but sometimes I use this sometimes, I improvise actually. And when I bake, you should have seen some of my big calabash cakes. This is actually what I use. You see what it looks like. It's actually a stainless bowl. I bake with both of them, see, and I decorate. So, but for this purpose, for this class, I actually used this one to bake the cake you're seeing here. Now I have my cake. If you can see, the base of this cake is not really balanced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a little so that it doesn't keep dancing about. It's stable on the board. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to sandwich the two together. This is a buttercream. Just trying to do a little carving to have a nice round shape. And this my cake neatly crumb-coated. So you can see that I've just crumb-coated it. So we'll move on to rolling our fondant. Whichever shade of color you want to, brown you want to use, if you want it darker, you can add a little bit more color to it. But I think I can go with this. A little bit of cornstarch. I have just rolled my fondant. Now, the secret, one very important thing I do when I'm covering a cake like this is I don't drape my fondant on the cake while it's on this board, because the board will kind of be like an obstruction to push the fondant under the base of the cake. So what I do is I get something smaller than the board itself, and this is what I do. I'm going to lift this and I'll place it here. Okay. You see, because of where it's sitting, I can actually push this down below the cake. And please, when you roll your fondant, do not roll it so thin. Make sure you have a very good elastic fondant, else it's really not going to work. You see that everything has gone under the cake. Once I've done that, see, every fold is now under the cake. Did you see that? Get my smoother and I smoothen it. Now, that's that for the calabash. Now we're going to make, what I call it, the mouth, the spout of the calabash. I'll show you how to do just that. Now the same fondant I used to cover the calabash cake, but I had to add a little bit of CMC, so it's a bit sturdy, kind of strong for what I want to actually do with it. So I'm going to roll this into a round smooth ball. I'll get this into a round smooth ball. And then I begin to shape it the way I want it to be. It's something like this, just to make a hole. check it to see if I'm good. I think it's okay. Now, if you can get this, that's after molding it this way, if you can get it as smooth as possible, you can use it exactly the way it is. But if after molding it and you feel it is not looking smooth, it's not smooth all over, all you can do is, if it is not as smooth as you want it to be, roll a little fondant and drape over it, cover it, just like you're covering a cake, and it will come out looking smooth. Now this is what I do. I check again. I think it's a bit too long too. It all depends on how you want your spout to look, big or small, too long. I don't like mine too long and too fat. I just like it moderately. Okay, now I get bamboo skewer once I'm set, and I push this in. And it goes into the cake. With that, even if the cake is moved, the spout won't fall off. Now, if you watch most of my calabash cakes, I use either a red bead to put here. I use the bead, it's actually it makes it look beautiful, but I use it to cover the seam between these two. And some of them I use what we call a rope mold. You should know there's a mold that looks like rope. By the time you're done, it looks like you used a rope. Now you can use the rope mold, or you can make one yourself and place it around the spout, at the base of the spout, so that it covers the seam between both of them. Now I'm trying to make the rope without a mold. So if you don't have a mold, you can actually still make do. This is the long little rug I made. This is it. I'm just going to go around it. See, it's looking like a rope. I think this is short. You can make yours longer, but this can go. You paint it. Of course, it's not supposed to be the color of the calabash. You can just paint it gold, a gold color. You can use the bread bead, like I said. And then when you're done, you can just do a little garnishing if you want. It's not compulsory. It's a red bead, and you can see this is looking all beautiful. Then one last thing, the wine, that little something that looks like the wine, I'm going to show you how I make mine. Now I'm going to make the supposed wine in the calabash. I have noticed, I've observed that it is not actually white. It's kind of off-white. It's kind of off-white. So what I do is I add a little cream color to it, or even the brown, little brown. So I make it soft. I use water to make it look like a meshed fondant. It has to be soft. I know some people use royal icing to make theirs. I don't really like the look of royal icing, so I like to use meshed fondant to do mine. Whichever one goes for you, you can actually use it. Okay, so it's ready. See, it's sticky to touch. That's exactly what I'm looking for, the texture I'm looking for, so that it can actually look like this supposed from wine. Now I'm going to place this. I use my Crisco to like help me do the placing. You can make it look like it's pouring. With the Crisco, it won't be that sticky. You can work your way around it. It's not supposed to be smooth. It's supposed to be rough. So this is actually how I do it, so it doesn't look smooth. And there you have it. It's really full to the brim and it's pouring out. Now this is the finished product of our calabash cake. Okay, this is the finished product of our calabash cake. Actually, I just steamed it right now, and probably after a while, the steam will dry off. But this is the finished product of the cake, and once the base cake is ready, you just leave this up and place on your base cake. All right, thank you very much for watching. See you in our next class. Bye.